Did have a few reviews though that I'll get to, and we can talk about more stuff here as we go along, or we can come back to He-Man if you guys have comments or whatever. But I wanted to get to some of these. First, I'll show you something I am reading right now. I'm not ready to review this. I just started reading it. I got this trilogy, the Dark Forces trilogy, the books, the novels, which apparently, follow the games. And it took me a while to hunt these down in my collection for my Star Wars Expanded Universe collection, because the third one in particular is very hard to find. I had to pay a pretty penny to get that one. But they're really nice books, really well designed. The art's great, and they're proper novels. They're proper novels, but they've got some really great art illustrations in them as well. I'm trying to find an example here and there. Nice painting illustrations. But the novels are by William Dietz, and the art is Dean Williams. So there's three of them, and they do follow generally the story of the Dark Forces games. And this is, of course, Kyle Katarn, the real story for how the rebels found the plans for the Death Star and whatnot. And it's great stuff. I haven't finished reading the first one yet, but I will just say, I thought I'd always heard that they were the books of the games. I thought, okay, this is just giving me the story of the game. Oh no, it's so much more. It's actually, we get the backstory of Kyle Katarn's father in the Rebel Alliance as a leader and such, and so much more than just, the story of the game. So it's pretty good. All right. Last week, I did a review of the Drew Karpyshyn trilogy of Mass Effect novels. And I'm still in the middle of Mass Effect 3. I didn't get a lot of time to have my gaming marathons. Plan to have one of those tonight, though. It's going to be great. So I'm still playing Mass Effect 3, still enjoying it. I think I'm in the the Omega DLC now, which is really great. And I have been following a guide in what to read up to these points and whatnot. And so I showed this on the stream a while ago. I got the complete Mass Effects comics. It's quite a tome, but this is an omnibus. This is all of the comics that were written in the Mass Effect universe. And John Jackson Miller writes a lot of them. There are a lot of great names are in this for the, from the comic industry, especially if you're a Star Wars EU person like I am. This is actually really good. You get backstories, you get the origins of the Elusive Man. I just mentioned I'm playing the Omega DLC right now in Mass Effect 3. You get the whole backstory, how Arya Talak lost Omega, the Pirate Queen, how she lost Omega to the general that you see in the game. That's one really great thing. I said it about the novels, but it's very true about the comics as well. None of it is just sort of fluff. None of it is just sort of, oh, here's a little backstory that isn't going to tie into anything ever, but here, it's something with the Mass Effect logo that we can sell. No, everything in here actually shows up in the game. Whether it's written before the fact, after the fact, I haven't checked the publication dates or anything. But if the people or whatever, there are characters that show up in here and there. In terms of the continuity, it goes all the way. There's the final story in this, in terms of reading it sort of chronologically like I was, is a prequel story to Mass Effect Andromeda. I haven't played that yet. I know it's completely different characters. I know it's a completely different kind of story that takes place with Earth going out to find other habitable planets or whatever. I'll probably try to play it just to say I've played it, since I'm doing the whole Mass Effect universe. I'm not expecting anything like the first trilogy, but that's as far as this goes. It doesn't even go past Mass Effect 3, so it hasn't spoiled any ending for Mass Effect 3. I know people are apparently divided on the ending. I'm getting to that on my own. But it doesn't go even that far. It just gives you great backstories, more time with these characters. Kasumi, you get her meeting her partner, that she was in love with when you meet her. I'm trying to think of some of the other things in here. You get the backstory of Ashley Williams on Eden Prime there before you meet her in the first game. You get Caden Alenko's experience at the biotics program that he was talking about at one point. Thane Krios shows up. Who else shows up in here? A lot of them. Erdnot Rex is in here at one point. It's great. So it's really, if you like Mass Effect, if you played the games, it's not cheap because it's a huge omnibus of comics, Dark Horse's omnibus of Mass Effect, but it's under, maybe was it 30-ish bucks or so or something? I forgot what it was. It's really worth it though. If you like the games and if you like the story of the games, you don't have to read the novels to enjoy the comics. They do tie into the same stories though. It's fun, if you want to do all that. But I do recommend the Mass Effect comics. They're really great stuff. So that's gets the professor's thumbs up. Really good tie-ins. I like that because I hate it when something's a tie-in and it's a story set in the universe which has no connections to anything. There's a place for that, but when you first start reading tie-ins, you want it to be related to the stories that you already know and love. So